Welcome to today's video with me, Cambridge David, where we're going to learn some fantastic idioms to help you pass the IELTS exam. Now, idioms are a really important part of the IELTS speaking test. If you take a look at the band descriptor, you'll see that for lexical results, to get a band 7 or above, you need to use less common or idiomatic vocabulary. So these can really help you to increase your score. Let's take a look at some great idioms that you can use in your exam. Here's idiom number 1. Very often you are asked whether you think something is likely to happen in the future. For example, do you think you will travel more in the future? Do you think you will use English in your career? Well, a great phrase that you can use if you think that something is likely is you can say, it's on the cards. It's on the cards. And that means that you think something's likely to happen. So, do you think you will travel more in the future? Well, it's on the cards because I've just bought a new car, so I'm going to use it much more. Or maybe I've been accepted to a university in the UK, so it's on the cards that I will travel more. Or how about, do you think you will move home in the future? It's on the cards. My home at the moment is very small, and when I start work, I'll probably be able to afford a larger home. So, it's on the cards. That's a great idiom. Let's look at the next one. The next idiom is something that you can use if you think that something isn't likely because it's very difficult to achieve. For example, do you think China will win the next World Cup? Well, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. Now, you notice that the word ask here is being used as a noun, whereas normally you meet it as a verb. But the phrase, that's a big ask, means that's going to be really difficult to achieve. So, for example, do you think you'll get a band 9 in the IELTS exam? That's a big ask. It's really difficult to get band 9. But if you keep watching the videos, maybe you will. Maybe it will be on the cards. Here's a great idiom for you. In part 3 of the speaking test, you're often asked whether you agree with a certain statement. For example, do you think we should ban cars from city centres as a way of reducing pollution? Or, do you think we should teach English in primary school? Well, if you disagree with that, one lovely phrase you can use is barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Now, barking, of course, is the sound that a dog makes. Woof, woof! That's barking. So if you're barking up the wrong tree, you can imagine the dog is looking for the cat, but it's barking up the wrong tree. In other words, it's going in the wrong direction. It's not taking the right action to solve the problem. So, for example, if the question was, do you think we should ban cars from city centres? Well, I think that's barking up the wrong tree. The problem can be solved by increasing public transport, for example, or building more car parks. That would solve the problem. Or, do you think English should be compulsory in primary school? Well, if you're trying to improve the quality of English, I think that's barking up the wrong tree. It's much better to improve the quality of teachers. That's the better way to go. Now, you'll notice that we always use it in the present continuous. Something or someone is barking up the wrong tree. Let me give you one more example. Do you think university students should wear a uniform? Well, if you're trying to improve discipline, I think that's barking up the wrong tree. It's more important that students feel a sense of identity with their university. That would be how to use it. So, barking up the wrong tree is a great idiom for the IELTS exam. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you on another video soon with me, Cambridge David.